Hello, everyone, and welcome to What's New in IT Service Management for the Now platform. And this is our Quebec release. I'm Chad Corvo, Technical Marketing Manager here at ServiceNow. And really thank you for joining me today. And how about that keynote? A lot of great stuff being shown there, talking about platform of platforms, all the great stuff that's coming in the underpinning around virtual agents, machine learning, some of the new products around the platform. And so today, I want to focus specifically on ITSM. So what is new for ITSM in the Quebec release? Well, we've heard you. You want to deliver a digital change for IT and really become the platform of IT. So ServiceNow does provide that single platform to build, to create, to connect all of the workflows that are going on within your enterprise, right? Just workflow it. And so we provide one data model, one construction, one architecture, really. And so my bet is you've got an idea from that, from our keynote. Let's whittle it down a little bit and talk about 3 specific areas for ITSM. Now, by no means is this limited to what we're releasing in ITSM. These are just the highlights. So workforce optimization. Managers are overburdened. They need help, right? So they've got a schedule, they got a demand forecast, they got to train their teams. They also have to answer those questions, as well as address the needs for the enterprise. So workforce optimization is that one-stop shop to really help your managers get work done. Also, switching gears a little bit, process optimization. Now, if you know Google, if you know Waze, great map interfaces, well, ServiceNow is bringing process optimization to the process owner. Not specific process owners, any process owners can leverage this workspace. And finally, we've heard that delighting your employees is super key for you, whether it's in a car, at an office, at a home office. You want virtual agents up and running in days, not weeks, not months. And so we've come out with a slew of enhancements to really get you up and running quickly, not only in the ServiceNow platform, but other great platforms such as MS Teams or Twilio or Slack. So why the focus on these 3 areas in particular? Well, we've heard, right? So there's multiple non-integrated solutions going on, creating silos, creating chaos. So process optimization, workforce optimization, really helping to break down some of that chaos, right? And those fragmented IT tools, bringing you the platform of IT to really connect all that. And we'll see some of that in the demos today. And then finally, continuing being challenged by slow incident resolution, ticket bottlenecks, and things of that nature. So process optimization, looking how the processes and the workflows behind that. Virtual agents, really untangling some of the menial requests coming through, freeing up your agents, and as well as the workforce optimization, which is really getting your teams up and running, their skills to address some of these needs around incident problem change. So let's go ahead and get started. So workforce optimization, really cool feature. A lot of customers have been really excited in the Paris release on this. And so what workforce optimization really is a single workbench to look at scheduling, demand, training, overall enterprise performance, even 360 views into what other teams are doing. And whether it's in the ServiceNow platform or other third-party solutions, workforce optimization really provides that 360 view. So we've heard you. Instead of talking about it, let's go ahead and just jump right into that demo. So this is workforce optimization. So scheduling, training, reporting, we know can be tremendously time-consuming activities for our managers. And we also know that at the same time, managers need to be on call for their teams, answer those questions, and at the same time also address their own activities. So here is a single interface where managers are empowered. Managers can quickly view these team queues that you see here, unassigned incidents, as well as look into current KPIs. This includes real-time metrics around mean time to resolution, first call resolution, CSAT scores, all thanks to the Now platform, performance analytics, and it's in a single interface. Furthermore, this purpose-built workbench has the ability to gain holistic views across multiple teams and channels, offering insights in how other managers are performing, even the ability to get insights into third-party solutions such as this Amazon Connect activity we see here. The same type of granularity on information that is specific to needs we saw on that homepage is also applied in this communication channel. So we can see active calls, duration of calls, even if it's not the ServiceNow solution the platform of IT provides. Let's talk about scheduling. This scheduling interface can offer quick types of schedules, leveraging pre-built follow-the-sun type templates, holiday work schedules, even the ability to filter on weeks, months, year, days, and even cooler, demand forecasting. With a simple click, managers have access to demand forecasting in a quick tiled view to address skill gapping or staffing gaps, things of that nature. And speaking of schedules, we can quickly access individual schedules, really saving time looking for those emails or spreadsheets, just saving headaches for our managers. And speaking of individual schedules and requests coming from employees, let's switch to our employee view. We can see that employees can leverage a Now mobile app. It's a mobile-first app for employees to quickly submit time off requests. And in just a few clicks, it is submitted. For employees, shift swaps are just as easy in the Now mobile. With a few clicks, a team dropdown, employees has the same visibility that our managers saw into where team members might be working and want to swap schedules with them. And just so you know, the managers are not left out of the fun. Managers have full control into their team's activities via this mobile device. With Agent Mobile, they can look at forecasting schedule demands as well as the team's skill needs, and even the ability to make comments or push other information out to the teams. All this activity can be captured in real time, so it's not lost if they go back to their desks. And this is for both for managers and teams. Everything is seamless between devices, tablets, and phones. Now, speaking of real-time activity, let's head back over to our Workforce Optimization managerial bench. And in our Teams tab, Workforce Optimization is able to show 360 views into team activities. The manager is able to get granular on team performance, and it's unprecedented thanks to the Now platform. Also, thanks to performance analytics, managers are able to dig into CSAT scores or mean time to resolution specific to employees. And now managers can make informed decisions around their team's skills and training needs. So speaking of skills, let's go ahead and dive into the Training and Skills Analysts tab. Now, this provides an overview base on current skills as well as gap coverage. We can see that the Workforce Optimization automatically recommends skills for our employees based on certain KPIs. For example, Ingrid closed 20 tasks relating to a predictive skill set. Now, it even offers incidents to help further assess what's going on with Ingrid. So let's go ahead and just improve this skill, and we'll see it update over the next 24 hours or less. Here, we can also dive into active assessments. And this, managers can dive into a call analysis functionality, look at call scripts, or analyze the sentiment of what was going on during that call. Which leads us into the baked-in training functionality to help further support individual as well as team growth and overall career growth. We help facilitate this in a collective team success. What does that mean? We're offering training right in the assessment. So there's training modules that your employees can take. And that is workforce optimization in a nutshell. How cool is workforce optimization, right? So let's switch gears a little bit. Let's put on a different persona. Let's look at our process owners. And this is for any process owner and key stakeholders. And what we're bringing to market is process optimization. It is a visual, graphical interface workbench. As I mentioned, it's kind of like Google or Waze or Apple Maps, really giving you visibility into bottlenecks, right? Think about maybe your favorite restaurant. You're trying to get to the restaurant as quick as you can. You're looking at traffic. You're looking at times. You're looking fastest routes there. Process optimization provides this type of information for your process owners and key stakeholders. And again, instead of talking about it, let's go ahead and dive right into that demo. To talk process optimization, let's start our demo in the Analytics Hub that was released a few releases back, and many of you are familiar with. This is ServiceNow's interface for visualizing, comparing, predicting performance indicators over time, even the ability to forecast on future performance. But in Quebec, ServiceNow offers another lens to dig even deeper into the process behind the metrics we're seeing here. By clicking on the process optimization icon, This process owner is giving the ability to do just that by selecting on contributing processes and indicators that were found in the data that we just saw in that analytics hub. It brings us directly into a process flow to better optimize what is going on around first call resolution. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's start simply. Out of the box, we see models. This will help shape our demo story and possibly your process optimization journey. And these are templates that are out of the box in Quebec. Here we can see we're brought into that Apple, Google, Waze type map interface. And as with any of these map-like features, any process owner can filter on the routes, as well as process conditions, as well as locate potential bottlenecks. Think about finding the fastest way to your favorite restaurant. There might be traffic, there might be something going on. Process optimization offers that similar lens. We're also looking at a node legend. This gives insight to what activity or action is happening in the connecting of the arcs or the process steps that you see linked here. This linear view can be further parsed out by adjusting those arcs, connected steps, to better slice and dice what the process owner is seeing. By expanding our routes, we get to get more visually granular understanding of the process intricacies and the makeup behind it. By clicking on the nodes, such as the attached problem, we can click down into the records of the problem process itself. We'll see this a little bit later on. But another cool function is the ability to compare the processes side by side. For example, we can look at the same process, but select specific areas of interest, maybe self-service or emails, that might have a much quicker mean time to resolution. Once again, we can expand those arcs to get deeper insight into the connections and routes. We can see if the same problems are showing up, but not affecting the mean time to resolution in these areas. Or perhaps there's another issue going on. As I mentioned before, we can jump directly into the problem process. We will not lose any context in the investigation that has occurred on the left or right side. And speaking of not losing context, this notes and collaboration functionality is key. So when sharing some of your findings with the greater team or key stakeholders, you can even capture screenshots to mark a process point in time, all in this notes functionality, which leads to the final aspect of the process optimization demo. Continual improvement and management and initiatives. These are also baked into process optimization. So they can enhance the ability to slice and dice the data with process optimization. And then you can start to begin to set out best practice strategies and follow those strategies around these improvement initiatives by using the notes, by using the enhancements that we just saw. And that's process optimization in a nutshell. So process optimization, really cool solution. Let's cap it off with our final demo. So you spoke, we listened. Faster time to value and self-service automation is key for many of you. And we realize that maybe not all of your teams work within the ServiceNow ecosphere or that platform. They may be working in MS Teams or Slack. So we want to get you up and running, not in weeks, not in months. We want to get you up and running in days. And so we're bringing in enhancements to really get you up and running and get your people delighted. So instead of talking about it, let's go ahead and just dive right into our demo. So here's our last and final demo. And as I mentioned, getting your teams up and running fast with quick time for value around self-service bots is key for many of you and your teams. So this means it's super important for us at ServiceNow to deliver that for you. Now here is a very familiar user interface to many of you. It's Guided Setup. It was released way back before New York. It's found in many of our products like HR, GRC, security, and it's not just ITSM. But what's great about Guided Setup for conversational interfaces, it takes those baked in best practices, implementations that many of you are familiar with, and now begins to offer it to teams with pre-built steps and configurations. And furthermore, offers steps that can be shared with process owners or groups in Twilio, MS Teams, and so on. So it's not just a ServiceNow communication channel, it can be shared with all key process owners. So let's move on to topic recommendations. This is also being released in the store, but It's powerful. It uses intent mapping, basically leveraging machine learning to discover text associations and suggest topic conversations based on these machine learning findings. We can see out of the box, ServiceNow is already providing these flows around email issues, password reset, equipment needs, as well as VPN issues. So let's go ahead and quickly run a topic analysis. We can see the analysis is in progress, and it already has discovered 20 different topic recommendations. As I click on the tile here, process owners that are setting this up are given at-a-glance key information on what was discovered, such as the contact type, which group is handling the ticket, as well as language requests that have come in. Maybe it's coming in French or Japanese. It can be handled that way as well. To take this a step further, we can even click on these recommendations and bring them into a natural language understanding workbench, or NLU workbench. As we go into the NLU workbench, we can see that topic areas, and we can start really to demystify the machine learning magic by reviewing record matches, intent words, and what was needed within these requests. So we can gain insight into the intent models and structures. Let's pull it back a little bit and take a look at NL Workbench in full detail. Here, we can focus on table-specific terminology or vocabulary. We can see how it's being used in the organization, right? See how it's being applied, or if it can be applied to a net new self-help conversation. As we dive into here, we can see that experienced process owners who are familiar with the Now platform can really start to fine-tune the intents and the workbench properties. So earlier, we've introduced VA Designer a couple releases back, but in Quebec, we continue to add those out-of-the-box templates. And one I'd really like to spotlight is AI Search. AI Search is now being added into the lineup for VA. And what AI Search is, it's basically your end users now can use machine learning in any kind of search functionality in the service portal, in the virtual agent, things of that nature. And very simply, AI Search, because it's included, it's for all end users, it's making it smarter. And as we filter on the topics, I'd also like to dive into a topic of incident auto resolution, something else we're bringing to the Quebec release. So opening up our VPN, we can see that topic flow is there, all the VPN activity is there, all the intents, conversations. But as we go into the properties, what's key here is we can see that some of these topics are available for auto resolution. So what does that mean? So auto resolution, let's look behind the curtain a little bit. We can see that it's pretty straightforward, right? By leveraging tables, topics, process owners can quickly get it up and running, even being able to retrain this process to auto-resolute your end user's needs. So what does auto-resolution look like? Let's jump into our back-end incident form. We can show how incident auto-resolution works. Let's say that an email or call came in and it gets logged manually or automatically. We'll do it manually this time, but it could come in via the virtual agent or something like that. The incident goes into the queue based on the task SLAs that are signed up in our auto resolution structure. It'll kick off a process. And just to highlight this process, instead of using a ServiceNow native UI, let's see this auto resolution process play out in MS Teams. ServiceNow really wants to meet employees in the communication channel of their choice. So we can see that the end user has requested VPN help, an email, the call that just came in, but the virtual agent seamlessly uses the MS Teams channel to ping the user to try to help them solve their VPN issue. We can see they offer prescriptive steps and orchestrated flows to help solve the issue. The other great thing is, what we're looking at here is that none of the information is ever lost or deprecated. It doesn't matter the platform. The Now platform's ability to capture the information truly makes ServiceNow the platforms of platforms. And that touches on some of the enhancements we're bringing to VA today. So that's VA enhancements, and that concludes our demos for today. So ServiceNow continues to focus on a customer-first focus. We think about our first knowledge where it was for customers, by customers. all the way back then, and that's still our North Star. So thinking about how to modernize IT. So we're looking at workforce optimization, we're looking at process optimization, and those VA enhancements all coming together to really break down those silos, create a frictionless experience for your end users, right? And underpinning that platform of IT, just really providing for you and your teams. Also, increasing that productivity, workforce optimization, looking at that single workbench to look at demand forecasting, as well as getting that baked in training, getting your teams at the same level, performing at the highest possible level, really just excelling for the enterprise. And then finally, looking at the way to delight employees, right? Not only getting your live agents trained up to handle those complex tasks quickly, but you have virtual agents that are up and running within days to really get ahead with auto resolution or even suggesting certain kinds of topics that are coming in and having overviews into that. So this concludes the Quebec overview. The Quebec release upgrade kit is available. Go ahead and click on that URL. My hope is that you take away ServiceNow's ability to really deliver for you and give you modernized, optimized solutions for you and your enterprise. And finally, we've got a couple of other breakouts I'd love for you to check out. We've got IT business management, a lot of great information coming out there. IT asset management, the new rising star, a lot of good information coming there, as well as some service aware CMDB and ITOM breakout sessions. So please check those out. And with that, thank you for spending your time with me.